Hello everyone, today we're comparing two very similar but different sets. We're comparing Boba Fett's Slave 1 and Jango Fett's Slave 1 from 2025 and 2019 respectively. The one from 2019 retailed for $130 in the United States and has just over 1,000 pieces, and if I'm correct, 1,005. And it comes with 4 minifigures, including Han Solo and Carbonite, Boba Fett, and then these two, Zuckuss, and then Forlum, sorry. The set also comes with Princess Leia, the 20th anniversary one, however, I did sell that. Then on the left side, we have the most recent one, which is Jango Fett's Slave 1, retailing for $70 in the United States, and has 3 minifigures and 707 pieces. So you're getting about half here, not half, you're getting about 300 pieces less, compared to this, which has 300 pieces more. However, it is a much larger build and is double the price. This today is about $150 in retail, but LEGO would probably sell it for $160 now. Let's compare the two sets. In the 2025 set, we have 3 minifigures, all of which are pretty decent minifigures, except for young Boba Fett. This minifigure is grossly inaccurate and not amazing at all. However, Jango is very good at just missing arm printing, and Lama Su, sorry, I keep mispronouncing it, is honestly just a great minifigure overall with minor flaws. Now I have the 2019 sets where we have Zuckuss, which is an exclusive to the set. Han Solo is also exclusive to the set and has very good printing all around and is just a very good Han Solo minifigure. We also have Boba Fett, which is very good. No arm printing on this one, and it's just the basic Boba Fett you got. And then we have Zuckuss, I think, or Forlum. Well, I think this one's Forlum, that one's Zuckuss. Sorry about that. It's kind of a droid minifigure. It's very cool. They did droids very well in LEGO formats. And then the Han Solo and Carbonite, which I have on some pieces to hold it up. Now, in my opinion, the best minifigure lineup is very simple. It's the one from 2019. This is not nostalgia-based. You have 4 very cool minifigures, one of which is very exclusive, another one not so much. But this one, you only have 2 minifigures that are technically exclusive, including Lama Su and Boba Fett. Jango Fett, sorry. Boba Fett is not exclusive. Jango Fett, however, is just because of the arm printing and nothing else. And that'll be 1 point to the minifigures for this. Now we can get on to the builds portion of this comparison. Now, the overall looks of these is very different. Here, you're getting 2 very ugly spring-loaded shooters that pop out to me immediately. However, once you look past that, you're getting a very detailed, great Slave 1 review or set. When you put it down, you see some of the best details on Slave 1s in LEGO form that you've seen since the newer UCS one. It's very sturdy. Picking it up at any point is pretty good. You're only going to have minor issues. If you pull that off, that's pretty easy. Again, you're not supposed to pull that off. You're not really. Hold it like here. It's going to pop off as well. But you're not supposed to. You're supposed to hold it like here. Or if you flip it over, you have the first ever carrying handle in a Slave 1. You just lift it up and you can take it up like this. And it's a great model. This one also has some decent greebling on the back, but nothing too crazy. You can also lift up this section right here and put Han Solo and Carbonite there. Mine definitely falls down because it's a little bit older, so the joints are going to be looser. And if you put it in like so, and you go to flight mode, if you shake it around a little bit, it's going to pop right out. That's why I added these pieces, but that's not part of this comparison. That is a major flaw of the set. However, when you get into the interior, you have a section where you can place Boba Fett, and it can swivel. So when you have him sit, you can have him sit here. Then when it goes into flight mode, the wings automatically move, and they're connected to the seat as well. And it will turn into a flight mode, which is very cool for the set. Now we can move on to Jango's Slave 1, and this one is so much smaller. This is my hand for comparison. It wraps around pretty much the whole thing, and we can just take it off its stand. The stand is just a nice little add-on. Definitely an improvement over that to have this up on a stand, of course. And it just has some nice, simple detailing. It has 4 stud shooters on the other side, which is the case for those spring-loaded shooters. However, I think these are integrated just a little bit better than those, even though those have an amazing play feature, which I'll get to in a minute. This can swivel all the way around 360 degrees. I can't do it with 2 hands, but that can spin out like crazy. There you go. It spins a lot. You can also fit 2 minifigures in here compared to the one there. Even though that's bigger, you can still fit 2 here. You can probably cram 2 in there. You just have to remove some pieces. It's not meant to have 2. On this set, you also have a launching feature, so you can lift this up and you can put some detonators in, and you can push it down. And by pushing this portion here on the back, you can see, if I can get it, it'll be a second, but we'll get there. You can see that they pop right out of just a little canister right there, which is a pretty simple building technique, nothing too crazy there. And it can close right back up and you can fly off. And again, there's some good detailing in the back here that I do definitely prefer to that one just because it looks nicer, but it's definitely not better by any means. And this one definitely is a little bit better where those aren't going to fall out. What did fall out though? Yeah, I don't know why that fell off, but you're going to be breaking other pieces off of that before you break that apart. And then the last feature on the set is the carrying handle, which is very small. You can grip it with 1 or 2 fingers and you can fly it away. It's definitely easier to play with. It's not better set by any means, but it's definitely easier to play with. And then, of course, the play feature for this one is when you turn it around, if I can get there, there is 2 levers here, one here and one there, and that fires off the spring-loaded shooters, which is definitely very cool, but it's not that needed in my personal opinion. I wish that would have just been on the side, like a panel out there for stud shooters that you could take out instead of the very front of the model to make it look ugly. Over everything, I'm gonna give design, I think, to the newer one. I hate saying that. It's just a more well-rounded model, but I really like that. I really am just going to give it a tie because the size absolutely demolishes this, in my opinion. It just can do more with less, in my opinion, than that can. Now, size, this one wins immediately. Again, it's bigger. It looks just better, bigger, but this just definitely looks a little bit better in my opinion, greebling and detail wise compared to this, because just this whole section is pretty ugly in my opinion. The way it connects is not great. This whole section's a flaw. It's not like there's a lot of flaws that you can see throughout this whole set that I personally don't like, including the front, which is the biggest one for me, and that's why this one wins over this one, is because of this section and this section. I just don't like it, especially with all the blue studs hanging out. Mostly the spring-loaded shooters and this weak point here, but those are my biggest reasons why. And lastly, the ability to put this on a stand within the set is amazing. I'm using a brick separator to hold that thing up. It's not sturdy whatsoever, but again, I'm still giving it to the 2019 one. I love the scale of it. I think it's a perfect size. It's very, it's very cool. It's a very ominous ship, and it just looks very cool with the bigger scale. I think UCS is a little too big in my opinion, but that's just because I think they don't mix well with the other sets on shelves. However, it's still a very cool set, and I do like the UCS set. Again, it just space-wise, I think this is a good medium. This is too small in my opinion. It just looks a little bit nicer and cleaner than this does because of the new pieces and new techniques being used. And that, again, I'm still giving it to the 2019 one, which is definitely a better buy. If you have this, it's nice to have a Jango one. Don't buy the 2021 of this version because it's not worth it. I think, or not 2022 version, because it's honestly just a waste of your money when this is out. And if you have that, that's all you really need. But yeah, that's everything for this comparison. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.